So hello everyone and welcome to today's interview with Marek Fric, the founder and CEO of StrategyQuant. And for those of you who doesn't know StrategyQuant yet, it's a very unique software for building, testing and optimizing algo strategies. Thank you, Marek, for joining me today. I know how busy you are, so I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me here.
Great. So just for our followers or viewers, today you will peek behind the curtains, not only of StrategyQuant's history, present, but also I hope that Mark will share with us some of his future plans. So Mark, I've prepared more than just a few questions. So whenever you are ready, we can start.
Sure, let's start.
Okay. The first very basic and common question is what actually sparked the idea of StrategyQuant? I mean, was there some kind of specific moment that set everything in motion?
Oh yeah, it was a very long time ago. Yes, there was this kind of a moment. At that time, I was a normal trader trading various instruments, mainly Forex and futures. But I have a background as a programmer. I was always interested in automatizing trading, so I was converting my ideas to algos or EA robots, both to test them on historical data and to trade them live. I was at that time active on multiple forums, always looking for new trading ideas. And on one of those forums, somebody posted an idea of generating the strategy rules using machine learning. And this was my aha moment. I realized that this should be possible, and I had an idea how to do it, and I decided to try it. So from then on, I started working on this idea, and the very first version of a program that was then named Genetic Builder was born.
Okay, and how long ago it was actually? Can you tell? If you remember, like 12 or 13 years maybe?
I think
Or even
13,
more?
14 years, I think, yeah, maybe more.
Yeah, that's
Maybe 15
quite
years.
a time. That's quite a time.
I have to check the history.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, that's quite a time.
Yeah.
And yeah. And do you have any some kind of untold story you would like to share from these very early days? Perhaps I guess there was a major breakthrough or unexpected challenge that shaped StrategyQuant we know today.
Yeah, when you develop a program to be used by many users, there are many challenges. For example, how to make the user interface understandable and easy to use. There are really different challenges you don't expect when somebody else is using your program. One of the major breakthroughs for me was when I realized that just generating and backtesting strategies will be not enough, that by nature of data mining and machine learning, this kind of strategies will be very prone to overfitting to historical data. So I had to look for ways to ensure that the strategies have a real edge, and the whole idea of robustness checks in SQLs came from this realization.
Yeah, having edge is definitely one of the most important stuff when it comes to algo trading. Yeah. And do you remember what was perhaps the biggest, the hardest, toughest obstacle when you were developing StrategyQuant, and how did you overcome it?
Well, the biggest obstacle was probably not technical. I think you can do anything, you can program almost anything you want, but the biggest obstacle was more related to business, because program is quite complex. It requires some time to learn, and honestly, it wasn't selling that well in the beginning, and I was dependent on the sales to continue with the development. So fortunately, I was able to find very good partners in the beginning who developed first courses and tutorials on how to use it, and it started growing and attracting more users.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, you said that anything can be coded or programmed, but I mean, you can do it. You can do it definitely, but I don't think everyone could do that. Like for me, it's like a different universe, you know.
Well, my approach is that I can do anything I want.
That's great. And have you ever thought about if StrategyQuant did not exist today? What do you think the algo trading would look like? Because from what I know, StrategyQuant is used worldwide in more than 120 countries, and it's used by universities. So have you ever thought about that?
Well, I'm not sure if we have that extreme impact on the world. Yes,
I think so.
it would still be algorithmic trading also without SQX, but I think it would be more difficult to create an algo strategy without us. So SQX opened this world also to non-programmers, and also I have to mention that we made some inventions of our own, like edit robustness tests, implementations of walk forward, of custom projects workflow, of generating strategies using strategy templates, and many of them are still pretty unique only to StrategyQuant.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So many features that are original. There must have been a lot of work. But the thing is, I was talking with a lot of people about algo trading, and there is this thing that it's often seen as some kind of black box, and mainly by like the traditional discretionary traders. And what do you think is like the biggest misconception about it, about algo trading?
Well, yes, partly they are right. It can be a black box. If you just
Okay.
use some algorithm or robot you find on the web or on a forum without understanding how exactly it works, why it works, and what's the performance and the volatility in performance over time.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most important points because would you trust the algo that you found somewhere without deep knowledge of it when you are in a 10%, 20%, 30% drawdown? It might seem simple, but traders underestimate how they will feel at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think uh, in this sense, it shouldn't be a black box for you. You
Okay.
should know your strategies and you should know why they work or should know the performance you can expect from them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So anyone who would like to get like a robot like algo strategy should focus on its logic to be sure that they understand it and that they can see it all. If am I right?
It can be either a logic or you have to test it. You can see the result. You can, when you use quantified approach, you don't really need to care about what the logic is, but you
Mm-hmm.
should care about what the results tell you. If the strategy works on like the markets that you want it to trade, if it works on additional markets, if it works with Monte Carlo test, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and what is the performance performance characteristics,
Yes.
performance characteristics,
Yeah. Yeah.
because the strategy can have 10% or 20% drawdown, and you have to uh, if you know that it happened in the past, then it can happen in the future as well, and you have to be you have to know it.
Yeah. Yeah. Understood. Understood. And I guess you know already throughout all these 15 years, many traders who kind of switched from discretionary trading to algorithmic one. And what you would say is the biggest mistake they're doing while transitioning into algo, and how, if anyone would be interested to this transition, how would you say people can avoid these mistakes?
I think it is a quite not challenging, but quite interesting the transition from discretionary to
Mhm. You can
algo.
tell by yourself. So
Yes, exactly. I was also a discretionary trader in the beginning, and one of the surprises that I had in the during the transition was that many ideas that I thought are working
mhm,
in manual trading in reality don't work when you really test them on historical data. They seem to work for like few weeks, but when you backtest it on a few years, you will find out that the idea is not that good probably. So when transitioning to Algo, you have to learn how to think in a quantified way. You should be able to understand the results of the backtesting.
mhm,
You should learn to use the tools like Monte Carlo walk forward tests that can test the strategy robustness and edge. And those things are, by their nature, they cannot be used in manual trading. So there are some things that you should learn.
Yeah, so it's a lot of studying and getting new information about the whole
Yeah,
process.
but on the other hand, it's not that difficult. The concepts are simple, and even the usage of those tools, for example, in StrategyQuant, they are not that difficult to use. Just click on it, set. You can use the default setting, and it works pretty well for many cases. So
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
that difficult.
I can tell by myself. Of course, I'm working with StrategyQuant software, and it's really, it can fit to traders of all levels. So for pro and for beginners too, absolutely. And when it comes to beginners, newbies on algorithmic trading field, there's like this common belief that algo trading in general trading, let's say, is only like for hedge funds or highly technical traders, or only for people who have like bunch of money. But what is the reality? What would you say?
I'd say in today's world, algo trading is accessible also for people with very low capital, thanks
Mhm.
to prop trading.
Okay.
Also for people with zero no coding experience, and I think it might be even more suitable for them than manual trading. With tools like StrategyQuant or AlgoCloud and various wizards, you are able to create the ideas or transform the ideas of your strategy into a working strategy, and then trade them on your broker without need to know the programming and the exact source code.
Mhm. And you mentioned AlgoCloud. Maybe not everyone already knows, but currently you are running a very new project. Is a trading platform. It's called AlgoCloud, and let's say it's a future of stock picking strategies. It's a very new platform. You don't need any coding knowledge, or you don't need VPS. So, what inspired the creation of AlgoCloud? Because in my eyes, it's very unique. I don't really think I did some research on the web, and I haven't found anything like it. So, it's pretty unique.
Yeah, some things there are quite unique. And as was the case of StrategyQuant, for the big part, it was our own need, and recognizing that if we have this need for this
Mhm.
kind of tool, then others might have also interest in this. Because we wanted to use algo trading also for stocks and specifically for stock picking.
Mhm.
We already have working strategies, but there was no way of simple trading them without using things like Python, scripting, and so on. Even, I mean, I had strategies myself that I wanted to trade, but
Mhm.
I didn't want to run Python scripts and VPS
Mhm.
and so on.
Okay.
So AlgoCloud was created to help us and all the other
Mhm.
people like us who want to trade robust stocks and stock picking strategies,
Mhm.
but they didn't have a platform for it. And AlgoCloud is still the only platform that allows you to trade this kind of strategies.
That's fantastic. Even though the stock picking is like a famous trading method for many years, from what I know, this is the app of very first kind, I would say. And can you just very briefly say what is stock picking? Because maybe there are people who are starting with algo trading and they are not sure about it. Can you please briefly describe it?
Sure. In short, stock picking means that you are trading a group of stocks, for example, all 500 stocks that are in S&P 500 index,
Mm-hmm.
and using the simple strategy. In case of AlgoCloud, when you have a strategy running on AlgoCloud on this S&P 500 group of
Mm-hmm.
stocks, the AlgoCloud interprets the trading rules for each stock in the group. It collects trading signals for all of them and then chooses the best stocks to trade from this group. Uh, the advantage of AlgoCloud, the advantage of stock picking approach to trading is that it can be much more robust, and you can have a much better performance than just by buying S&P index ETF. So in short, you can have a better performance and a lower drawdown by trading this way.
Okay. And from what I know from other traders, one like a major challenge in algo trading is deploying and maintaining these strategies. I'm very curious, how does AlgoCloud solve this? Because it's like a critical thing. So
yes, well, exactly. This was my own struggle when I wanted to trade these kind of strategies. To maintain a VPS, to maintain Python script, and maintain all of it was a headache, even though I'm a programmer. So this is something that AlgoCloud does for user. When you deploy your strategy on AlgoCloud, you don't need to care if your VPS or trading platform is running, if there is some technical or internet outage, everything is handled by AlgoCloud. And the backend of AlgoCloud runs on reliable Amazon AWS infrastructure and is made to be robust and scalable.
Okay, great. And now a big question into the future, like very near future, but we are entering second quarter of 2025. So can you tell us, where do you see AlgoCloud this year? Like, are there any, let's say, game-changing features coming that you can tease for us a little bit?
Well, AlgoCloud is just starting, and we have many features, many ideas for features that we want to implement. And some of them are some kind of usage of AI in various parts of AlgoCloud, including creating strategies using AI. Another is a better support for managing portfolios of strategies, because you usually trade not just one strategy, but portfolio strategies.
Okay.
But as I said, we are starting, and we'll also listen to active users. And if there are any good suggestions, they could lead us to things we cannot imagine right now.
Okay, great. And now when I get back to StrategyQuant and trading, what are your biggest goals for StrategyQuant for this year? And does AlgoCloud somehow fit into that vision? Because I think it could be very interesting to somehow like come join these two projects. I mean, I can imagine that it would be just great. So is there something like that?
Sure. Well, we have a big plans for SQX in 2025. There will be a few major features added to SQX this year, and also to AlgoCloud.
Okay.
I don't know if you should know, but StrategyQuant and AlgoCloud already are in some way integrated together. You can create stock picking strategy in StrategyQuant and then deploy it on AlgoCloud. And one big feature is adding more AI to both SQX and AlgoCloud, as I already said. We are already working on AI features in SQX, and we'll show the very first version probably in the next major build, which will be in the next few months. This AI usage is rapidly growing everywhere, and we in SQX don't want to be an exception. We plan to use AI across all the SQX to help you create new strategies, to help you configure a custom project, explain whatever you don't know in SQX, and many other things. As I said, we already started working on it. We'll review what we have done, and we'll see where it will lead us. Another major feature we are researching for SQX is order flow, incorporating order flow into algo strategies. For those who are familiar with the order flow, it gives a new, another different look to a market, and it could give an additional edge to your strategies.
Okay. That's the more edge there are, the better. So that's definitely a great news. When you're talking about AI, it's definitely everywhere. It's progressing very, very fast anywhere you look, on every field. And do you see AI and like overall machine learning revolutionizing stock picking strategies like any further? I mean, what's next? What do you think is next for automation in trading?
It is hard to say for now because nobody knows what AI will bring. Its capabilities are rapidly increasing in multiple areas.
Mhm.
What I think is pretty sure even now is that AI will be able to greatly help users create new strategies, um, help them with the kind of communication with the programs like SQX in a natural language, because this is something that is possible even now. It could help users or traders also in stock picking kind of strategies to manage the groups of stocks that they will be trading. They don't need to be trading just S&P 500 stocks, but they can create their own custom groups, possibly created with the help of the AI. I think the future of using AI in trading is very interesting and very exciting, and we in StrategyQuant want to be a part of this.
Okay, Mark. So that was quite a lot of questions. So I'm not gonna keep you any further. Just one last question. One last question. Or is there something you would like to tell to our followers, to our users and viewers?
So I hope you will be as excited as we are about the new features in AlgoCloud and StrategyQuant, and especially the AI that will lead us to things that we cannot imagine, even cannot imagine right now.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. The future is bright. So, Mark, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it again. I know how busy you are. And like at the end, I would like to tell to our followers and viewers, thank you very much for watching this interview today. And if you would have any questions, you can write down in the comments. And don't forget to give us like and follow so you won't miss any biggest news from the world of algo trading. Okay, Mark, thank you very much again and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you as well.
Thank
Have a nice
you.
day.
Bye.